I think I'm just a little sleep depraved right now. Snap out of it.
Fuck was you doing? Fuck was you up late doing?
Oh no, see, there was a notice that went up that said they were doing emergency repairs on a boiler in the morning, so I was like 2 o'clock in the morning washing my hair, doing all this bullshit, trying to fill up every container with water so motherfuckers can flush the toilet and shit. Just doomsday prepper shit, that's all. All the while watching the finale of Have and Have Nots. Oh, and I'm digging this new Robin Givens show, Ambitions. That shit.
She looks evil on it.
BET's new show, yeah.
Good. I hope it
lasts.
lasts.
Yeah, from the rip.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I hope it lasts. They always do good stuff and they just shut it
Yeah,
off.
impression.
BT weird. I like the campus.
Oh, Tales. The premiere of Tales came on last night too with a new Kanye song. You know the show is based on songs. It's like they're making they make like short stories.
Yeah, based around like a hip hop song or something like that.
What show was that?
BET.
Yeah.
So it's like
BET. Oh, they do it. Okay. So every time I watch something, they shut it off.
Season 2 premiered last night. And they premiered a new Kanye record that I actually like. He's talking about the name of the song. The name of the song is called Brothers. I think he's got to be talking to Jay-Z. Like it's like,
well,
that's what he was saying. It's like he's got to be. Yeah.
Really?
It sounds like I want my brother back.
Wait, who said that?
The episode was based on a new, never heard before Kanye record, and it's called Brothers.
Oh.
And in the record, you know, they kind of act out the stories of like these songs, but we never heard the song before, and they played like the full song at the end. But the song is dope. Like what he's saying, he kind of got something like that though. Big brother, little thing, brother. He's kind of
Tales. Okay.
Sounds like he's.
Yeah, I see it, but I haven't watched it.
BET, huh?
Nothing was better than Biggie's Story to Tell. That's still the best episode, hands down.
I didn't even see that shit yet.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know they had good shows on BET. They always have it, and I'll get like, oh, I love it, and then they cut it. Like, what is the next sentence?
What kind of old people are y'all? Like, y'all not home watching TV? Y'all outside? What the fuck?
They had a show called Quad.
Who goes outside?
The Quad was the black college show. It was about like a series about a black college. That shit was dope. I was like, man, just cut it. About Viacom, they just make sure they shit on the BET. They got rid of all the good stuff.
Yeah. We could talk about that in like our cover of the segment.
Godcast, see you one, take one. Just like to loosen up. Okay. You ready?
All right.
Clap it up then, goddammit. All right. Peace. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
In the house we have 2 special guests this week. Our returning special
he's a friend
guest
of the show at this
host.
point.
Well, he's like a guest host. Goddamn it!
Damn it!
Like
I'll be more of it.
Yeah. He's almost
We'll
infused.
explain.
Yes, we will explain later. But to his left, to my right, we have hip hop royalty in the house right now. If you don't know, you better fucking recognize today. Okay? Now, you might not know just from looking at her because she looks like timeless
Like what?
right
Like
now.
what?
You look timeless.
Oh,
You look
okay.
like you. I mean, I'm not gonna even ask you your age because I know that's impolite. light, but God damn it, you look fabulous.
Thank you, sir.
Fabulous.
That's right.
If y'all don't know who this is, with no further ado, this is Sha Rock.
Sha Rock.
Sha. Yeah, that's your name. Sha Rock.
Yes.
Funky 4 plus one more. This was the one more that made it special.
But do you want me to start off with that, though? I know you're doing an introduction, but I got to tell them how I got to be the plus one more.
We're gonna get into all of that. I want to start it. I would start it from when you came out your mama, but we press for time.
All right.
So I will start it from. I know you came from North Carolina, right?
Yes, sir.
What part of North Carolina?
I came from Wilmington, North Carolina,
Wilmington, North Carolina.
where Michael Jordan went to school at.
Michael Jordan went to school.
Yes.
What was it? High school?
Yes, he did. Graduated from high
Before
school. I was gone.
Chapel Hill.
Absolutely.
Okay.
High school.
University.
Well, he graduated from Wilmington, North Carolina, high school.
Oh wow.
High school.
Born in Brooklyn, Jordan.
Yes.
So, Sha Rock, you're born in Wilmington, North Carolina,
Yes, sir.
and how did you end up coming up to New York City in the height of what was the birth, basically, of hip hop? Like, how did you end up here, and where did you, what borough did you land in, and all of that when you got here?
Well, let's go back. We're talking, I was 8 years old when I migrated from Wilmington, North Carolina to New York. What happened was there were a lot of racial tension in North Carolina at that time. My parents were following the Black Panthers. And, they were fighting for the street signs and African American rights and all of that stuff. And then one day someone got shot in the apartments that I was living in North Carolina. Parents said, we gotta go. Come to find out about a couple of months later, the Wilmington 10, which was Ben Chavis, Angela Davis, and a whole bunch of other people were arrested in North Carolina and were sent to prison for a long time. And so it was like a whole different vibe that was going on with racial tension, and this is one reason why we moved to New York from North Carolina, because my mom said, I gotta get my kids out of North Carolina at that point. So that's how I wound up to North Carolina, moving from North Carolina to New York. So where I landed was in the Bronx. No, I landed in Harlem first, stayed with my uncle for a period of time, like on 116th Street. Then we moved to the Bronx.
Wow, 116th,
right,
you
right.
popping.
It was popping back then. And so we're talking about 69, 70, like that. From my uncle's house, because it was a crowded area, he lived in a one-bedroom house, we moved to 167 in Webster Avenue.
Wow.
Yes. Stayed back there stayed there for about a year or so. Then I moved to 147th Street, 7th and 8th in Harlem. Stayed there for 2 years, and boom, 73, 74, I moved back to the Bronx. Now, my mom was a nomadic mover. She used to move all over, anywhere, whatever, where she thought that was the best place for her kids. Back around about 74, 75, I moved back to 165th in Washington Avenue. So that was when I was in middle school, when I began to start getting into the music. And in 76, I became a beat girl. So before I became an MC, I became a beat girl.
Now, explain. I was going to say, explain to those who don't know exactly what is a beat girl, and at the time, what was the music that was pulling you in? Like, it wasn't necessarily hip hop, because it didn't necessarily exist. So, what is a beat girl? And just tell me how you got pulled in. You can hold the mic.
Well, a beat girl is a break dancer. Back in the days, we used to call it burning. If you listen to like the Ohio players, Hit Tight and all of that, type of music. So for everybody that understand hip hop, don't get it twisted. Some of the songs that really made hip hop what it was were the disco songs. The disco songs. So they would play the Turn the Beat Around, different songs like that. You would listen to, just different artists at that time that would have songs, but they would play the songs in the park, like on 169th Street and Washington Avenue, which was called the 9 in the Bronx project area. You go out there and just listen to music and, start performing. And what I mean by performing is that, the breakdance, there'd be a crowd of guys, and I was just interested in breakdancing. My household, my mother and father were connoisseurs of music. So I was brought up with people like Nicky Giovanni, Aretha Franklin. I was a fan of Elvis Presley. I'm sorry, I was. No, yeah. Because the reason, and I used to fight with my brothers and sisters just to watch him on TV, along with James Brown and along with Michael Jackson, because they were entertainers. You understand what I'm saying? And they knew how to mesmerize the crowd and have that control over the crowd, and they were good at their craft. So, 1976, I became a leader, breakdancing, going around.
That was the bicentennial.
Right. For me, it was because I was a nomadic bee girl. So I used to travel, from street to street, wherever there was music, wherever there was somebody that was playing music in the park. I used to travel from the North Bronx to the South Bronx to the West Bronx to the East Bronx, just to hear that b-boy music and just breakdance. And in 1977, that was the year that a few MCs came on to help create the culture of hip-hop. 1977 is that magic year.
Tell us about
it. It's the magic year. I'm going to tell you why. Because it was only a select few of MCs that was out there. If you was a B-girl or B-boy, you automatically migrated to an MC. But you had to be that B-girl or that B-boy that people knew. The people that was on the streets at that time that was holding the Bronx down was the Melly Mells, the Cowboys, the Key Creoles, the Shaw Rock, the Busy Bee, and some of the Funky Four. These were the people that was holding the Bronx down.
So, hang on. So you're saying that all those people you just mentioned, including yourself, were B-boys and B-girls prior to getting on the mic?
Yes, sir.
So they would go into these parties and dancing and all that, and they were known for that.
Park jams and Herc's parties were known for that before they migrated.
Before they migrated to getting on the mic.
Exactly.
And so basically that was almost your rite of passage, what you're saying. Exactly. So to qualify you to even be able to get on the mic, you had to be something in this other realm in order to get to this realm.
Exactly. And I'll say that, back then you don't look at it like that, but that's how it was in the Bronx. And so, in order for you to be that person, you transform over. So now you had your DJ, you had your B-boy, you had your B-girl, and then you had the MC. And so it was only a select few that were a part of being that MC. 77 is the magic year of when the culture of hip-hop culture start coming together. Because you will hear people say, okay, so hip-hop started in 1971, in 1973, in 1974. Don't believe that, because all the elements of the culture was really not put together. It was not celebrated. Because even though you had like disco music, and you're going to hear people tell you different, but people that were there, if you had disco music, they were playing disco. Even though we were rhyming to disco music, we weren't allowed to come into the disco area to celebrate or become that B-girl and B-boy. And they were not cutting, and they were not slicing up the music, and they were not doing rhyming like the styles that we may do. When you do a rhyme, you had no bars. You would go. See, there was no such thing as 16 bars. You would go to your whoever you was rhyming with know when your rhyme ended. You would continuously go. There was no set limit of when you would stop. So the rhyming format of the disco era was different than the hip hop era. That's why it was different. If you had your disco DJs, we used the music. That's what made hip hop synonymous, because of the music, the good times, the Cheryl Lynn's that we'll be using from disco. but the elements and the format of how hip hop was formed was in 77. Going to 78.
Or maybe 15-minute rap song.
Exactly. But you wasn't doing that in disco. You may say something, and not to take from anybody that was doing that. It's just that we're talking hip hop. We're talking all the elements that make hip hop what it is. The DJ, the slicing, the cutting, the mixing. The disco era didn't do that. They just played the songs. They didn't play the break beats. They didn't play the break beats that was synonymous to what made hip hop what it is. Yes, we use the songs like Good Times, the Cheryl Lynn beats, because that was 1979. When even though in 1979, who was it? The Sugar Hill Gang made the first recognized rap record, but it was a song that us in the streets were already using in the parks.
Yep.
It's just that.
And that's what made it cool.
Sylvia Robinson.
Sugar Hill saw a way to capitalize off of it, and it's okay. But that's how the Sugar Hill Gang had the best record in the world, because now what you do is that you open it up to everybody around the world. It wasn't just contained in New York City.
Right.
Because we were rhyming and rapping and MCing in all boroughs at that time.
What about 19, because I met Grandmaster Melly Mel on a VH1 thing. I signed a shirt, I met her, but they said 73, Sedgwick and blah, blah, blah is where the hip hop started.
Because the story is that in 1973, Kool Herc gave his first party on Sedgwick Avenue. It was inside of the center at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue, and he moved it to Cedar Park. I can't speak on that because I wasn't there. My era comes in 1976, but I do give him respect because I know that as a young teenager, I followed Kool Herc.
Right, like the parties that you would go to was one of his parties.
I know the music that he played to make me want to be that B-girl and to travel around and continue for whoever. If he wasn't playing, I traveled just to hear those breakbeats.
Now, real quick, could you tell me some other DJs that might be lesser known DJs that you would travel to? You understand, as a B-girl or an MC to like some of their parties, you know what I mean?
Well, my DJ Breakout and DJ Baron.
Come on, DJ.
No, but let me tell you. Let me tell you the history about this, because when they do the Four Fathers, they only say Theodore. Grandmaster Theodore, creator of the scratch. They only say Grandmaster Flash, and then they say Bambaataa, and they say Kool Herc. But what the world don't know is that every one of the people of the DJs that I've mentioned, let's say Bambaataa, DJ Breakout and DJ Baron had the whole of town in the Bronx. So anywhere from the 200s on up to the beginning of Mount Vernon, my DJs, DJ Breakout,
that's what we know DJ Breakout from Mount Vernon.
Had it on lockdown. From the valley on up, and even though it's the DJs in the valley, we had it on lockdown. I lived downtown, right? DJ Breakout lived uptown, Baron lived on the west side, and the rest of the Funky Four lived on the east side. So even though DJ Breakout lived uptown, I went to school uptown. But we had uptown on lockdown and also Flash area on lockdown, which was downtown. So because we had that huge following, Grandmaster Flash's manager, Ray Chandler, asked us to come together and form an alliance to be able to bring our people from uptown to be able to party with Grandmaster Flash in the Furious 5 downtown. Bambaataa was located in Bronx River. Nobody would go into Bronx River. You couldn't go into Bronx River unless you had a pass. Bambaataa asked DJ Breakout and DJ Baron to form an alliance to bring our people from uptown into Bronx River to the crowds and form an alliance there. Same thing with Kool Herc. Kool Herc was on the west side. But we were dominating the Funky Four, and I was an original Funky Four member, and we'll get to that. We're dominating every era or area of New York City, including downtown, Smith's Apartments, Harlem, Staten Island, Long Island, Nyack. We were all over. So when they mentioned, right. I'm saying, listen, if anybody, listening right now, they'll tell you, we were all in Staten Island, Long Island. We used to take the ferries over there, all of that. Everybody that came out of Long Island and sat down would tell you that. And so when they say, you ask me who was the other DJs, Breakout and Baron, my DJs don't get enough credit because we had a lot of people come out of our camp. People like 45 King. 45 King was out my record boy. He used to pass it. Right.
Wow.
Right. But 45 King, right, I'm telling you the history. 45 King was my record boy who used to pass the records to DJ Breakout and DJ Baron for me and the rest of the Funky Four to rhyme. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's a lot of people that came out of our camp that went on to help people like Latifah and the hits, much respect to her, and Jay-Z with Hard Knock Life. You know, they came out of the Funky Four camp.
So when do you start rhyming? When do you form, you know, the Funky Four? And I know you said there's a story about the plus one.
Right.
We know you as the plus one.
Right.
But you're saying you're part of the original Funky Four. So somebody else is the plus one.
No. No, I'm going to school you.
But also, I want to know about that, but then I also want to know, which I'm sure Digga would like to know, is what challenges did you face as a girl, you know, coming up in a sport? I mean, I know there was a lot of girls around, but it didn't seem like there was a lot of girls who was actually on the mic, because you the first female voice I ever heard on the mic. Later, I heard like Sequence and stuff like that, but you're the first one I ever heard. So let's get into that.
Okay, let's get into it. So much respect to Rod Digga. You know, that's my girl. I love her. Very big MC. But when you talk about how did I start, in 1977, I became the first female MC of hip hop culture. To your audience, not only am I the first female MC, but I'm also a founding member of hip hop culture. I'm also a founding member of the Funky Four. So let's go back.
Say it with your chest.
Yes, ma'am. So even though you hear about the plus one more, in 1977, the beginning of 78, I helped create the Funky Four. It was KK Rockwell first, and then it was Keith Keith. I was the third member. Now, even though I was the third member, we still had members moving in and out. You know, we had members in the community that, you know, like my daughter's father, you know, he would get on the mic. You know, there would be another girl like Muti, she would get on the mic. But we formed the Funky Four when Raheem came. So even though I was on the mic, we weren't in the Funky Four yet. But Raheem came from the Furious Five.
I was going to say Raheem from the Furious
Five. We were the original Funky Four. We were the original Funky Four. Now, the story is, and I didn't know this, is that Raheem at some point wanted to go over to the Furious Five. But they weren't yet the Furious Five yet. It was just three of them, you know, and Ness, which is Scorpio, really hadn't got there yet.
And Melly and Creole were brothers.
Right, and they were brothers. They were trying to get Raheem to come over because Raheem, he was like a dope MC, but he was also like the first person that would harmonize, you know, on songs. So that was our weapon towards the Furious Four at the time because we used to battle 24/7. In New York, it was always the Furious Four and the Funky Four battle. That's what we did. The Cold Crush wasn't even out yet, okay? These was the two main groups in New York City that held New York City down, and there was always battling. The Furious Five wanted Raheem. We had a battle one time in the Audubon Bar. Whatever happened after that, Raheem was told to leave. I found this out years and years ago. No, for real. I found this out years and years ago, and I was very upset with the other two guys because they didn't inform me as to what was going on. And so when it was all said, you know, when Raheem left, because we were really tight, brothers and sisters tight, I left. And when I left, Raheem went over to the Furious Four. They became the Furious Five. The manager, Jazzy D, asked me to come back. They had two new members, but those two new members, Jazzy Jeff and Rodney C, didn't know that he asked me to come back. So when he asked me to come back, they were furious because they were the newly formed Funky Four. But Jazzy D wanted me to come back. I came back, and that's when I became the plus one. And so Within 2 months that I came back, we had our first record deal. The first authentic. So when you ask me, yes, I heard about Sequence and I heard about other people. We're talking two different things. You're talking authenticity of hip-hop in the Bronx, on the street of New York City, in them park jams, in them schoolyards, in them centers. There's a difference. You're talking 1979 when records were made. I'm talking cassette tapes before 1979. That's the difference.
Straight and I bear witness to that because I never heard no Sequence on no damn tapes back in the day.
Well, they're from South Carolina.
Well, there you go. And it just seemed like one day they was on a rap record and,
But
at that time, not to cut you off, but at that time, we would take almost anything. Like I'm going to be honest, I wasn't happy with the Sugar Hill style of replaying samples. Like, as a fan of the tapes, once the records started coming out, I didn't understand why they didn't cut up the records that I'm hearing on the tapes. I don't know about publishing and mechanical royalties and all that at the time. I'm just thinking, how come it don't sound like the tapes?
Because she didn't understand what was going on in the streets. She heard people rapping, and I'm talking about Sylvia Robinson.
Right.
She heard people rapping at the clubs. She heard people rapping at the clubs, the good times. She wasn't in those streets to see what was going on in the streets. So she never got that part of what was going on in the streets. When she heard, whoever she did at Hollywood rapping, then she had a metaphor. Listen, I could do this. I could put this on the record. So she never got that part. She never got that part.
There's a great documentary called I Want My Name Back, documented about the Sugar Hill Gang and Sylvia Robinson, how she literally took them and shit on them. You gotta see, it's called I Want My Name Back. It's the history of the Sugar Hill Gang. It is fantastic.
But I'm going to go even deep. I'm filming the movie, so I'll let
we're gonna talk about. We're definitely gonna get into that. I can't let you go. We're gonna actually bring you into the next segment. What I want to say. Oh, you're saying that she didn't know about the streets, but on the flip side, I feel like y'all didn't know about the business side at the time. So she's looking at it as, I can't use those records because I'm going to have to pay some sort of royalty to the people that if I was going to even try to, you know what I mean? So she didn't want to, I'll go get some musicians to come in and replay that shit. So she didn't care about the street side of it. You understand what I'm saying? She just was trying to figure out the best way to make money. And I get it, as a business person. But yeah, we're going to get back. When we come back, we're going to talk about, the Funky 4+1, came in, y'all make a record, boom, that's the joint. Saturday Night Live, we're going to talk about all of that when we get back. Yanadameen Godcast. Shall rock in the motherfucking hat.
Yeah. What? Cut. Hey. That's right.
Huh? Yeah, like your back is to me the whole time, Jamar. It's like no, I'm just over here. No, I knew you
like
do that. That's what I
so
tried.
in 19.
You want me to lean forward?
No.
It's just because y'all sharing the mic. Like
you're like this. So in 1980,
I knew it was gonna do that.
That's why the
Funky 4
became the Funky 7.
You might be gonna need to zoom or something like sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? To make
You
it not
literally
look
did it.
weird.
Anybody want some water? So sorry about
Yes,
that.
I'll take some.
So as
I said it.
Yeah, that's the only way we're gonna.
What happened? Are they mic less or what do you need more?
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, that's what I was. Because now they got these other cats in Brooklyn disputing the Bronx cats. They're like, there's these dudes on YouTube on Brooklyn going, nah, hip hop started here. It didn't start over there.
Because you're talking.
They got another crew of guys on YouTube.
Because it's the because
You
they
want
were
to get
playing
rid of
like
that.
DJ Flowers. You know,
You're right.
I used to come out.
And then we could share
what I'm
this.
saying, like, there was no hip hop in Brooklyn. Brooklyn used to come uptown.
But they battling and they're going, no, they keep saying that the hip hop, it started here, and then they have holes. You know what I mean?
Like,
no, it's not even about.
Right.
It's not even about
Yes.
talking. I'm just like the posturing.
I know. You're right.
And I don't take nothing from anybody.
No, go off. Like
hip hop is into its 46 years.
Why
Did you wait? Why did you wait now to dispute it after all of these years?
Yeah, you took too damn
You know,
long.
come on now. That's
People
that's
still
No,
taking
we're gonna put
rappers
this on
as a joke. KRS once said that, it's still number one. He's like, people still taking rap for a joke. Passing faith or faith in the book. I try to believe. But I get challenged by a million MC. He even said it that they thought it was bad. This thing is like literally like jazz.
Hey guys.
Yeah, and it's like real history. You can actually teach a class. There's classes in hip hop.
It wasn't on public for some
I want
reason.
to tell you about that too.
A class in hip hop would be fun.
So they do that in colleges and in crazy
Just make sure the
colleges.
right people are teaching.
But that's the problem. That is the problem.
Let's say Eminem was the first guy. Damn it. Let me tell you why. Then there was the Beastie Boys. Then third base. There were no blacks involved. Anyway. That would be hilarious how they just like
And that's
whitewash
trying
it.
to go on. It's like just like American roots out.
It's sick.
Yeah, you're right.
piece of shit. That ain't gonna happen.
Shit, they were trying to tell us Blondie was the first
Yeah,
rapper.
I mean,
I know.
come on.
But you know I was on Saturday Night Live with her, right?
Mhm.
And that's how
With
I got
who?
on. Blondie. The one
Oh,
That's
when
it.
she was on there, you were on there?
Yes,
History
she
would try
brought,
to
she
say
brought
Blondie's the
me
first one,
on
right?
because she brought us on because I was a girl. She could have gotten the Furious Five, but she asked for the Funky Four because we were young looking, faceless, and it was a girl of pop. And that's how I got it. She went on to do that Cars record,
Right.
you know, after, you know, we did something.
And like they're so quick to
And
like
she don't check
white
them.
people are so quick to say,
She don't check them.
whatchamacallit was the first female in rap or some shit
Shut
like
up.
that.
And this is the reason,
What?
And this is the reason why I have a problem because they know that it's not true, but they don't check them. You understand what I'm saying? They allow them to continue to say that, and she should have checked them. Because if you go and you look on YouTube, you will see me as a young girl. I was
see
even
that.
pregnant then.
Oh,
I was pregnant, about 4 months pregnant when I went on Saturday Night Live. So if hip hop started in the Bronx, then how could you be the first person that was a rapper and your song didn't come out to, you know, maybe like a year later, you know, with Fletch?
man.
So but they don't check them, and that's the problem. They know that it's not true, but they don't stop the person and say, hold on.
Was Fab Five around there? Because he always hung with Blondie. Fab Five is like a connector.
Fab Five Freddy is the one that got us to Blondie.
That's what I knew it because he was connected. He was
But
an
Fab
ass.
Five Freddy and Charlie Abrams used to come up to the valley in the Bronx and follow the Funky
Met that
Four
motherfucker 2
as
years
to what we were doing
Fuck
in the
that.
Bronx. And they don't
He's a
tell
big
that
ass
story.
dude though.
You understand what I'm saying?
Fab Five like
knows
6'4".
He knows, yeah. And I had a conversation with
Fab
him.
Five Freddy.
Fab Five Freddy.
Yeah, I told him, I said, listen, it was a year that life was getting award, and I love life like I love you. And I said, listen, you know the deal about what I did for this culture, because you used to come up to the Bronx and follow me. Y'all got pictures all over.
That's funny. My very first interaction with Fab Five Freddy was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I hated him.
Yo, and me too. Because
I met him 2 years ago. He's an
I
asshole.
thought, and I
He
said, you
directed
was
our
wrong.
first video.
Okay, but I told him he's wrong because you followed us. You followed us in the Bronx.
I didn't have a problem with
You
him.
did.
No,
You,
well,
right, you know what I did. Why did you not tell him? You know what he said to me? He said, you know, Sharad, I can't tell your story. You have to tell your own story. And that's when I wrote the book. Because I said, you was in the Bronx. You know, you followed us up to the Bronx.
I was 15 on the like, please listen to my demo track, and I seen it. Like, my dream was to be on fucking Yo MTV Raps. Like, to me, that
And
was
he didn't
like,
let you up there?
no. I wasn't anybody yet. I was still please listen to my demo with my Walkman, and I ran into him at the New Music Seminar. I was so ecstatic, and I tried to give him my music. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
Fab is a fat piece of
And
shit.
like as he was walking,
He said,
away,
"Get the fuck out of
he's like,
here."
"The fuck out of here."
He's mean as fuck.
And as he was,
He was never like that though.
As he was walking away, I heard him saying to his breath, "Fucking groupie."
Are you serious?
I don't think he realized like I was like really an aspiring MC.
Yeah.
I carried that shit with me
For the rest of,
forever.
but what you don't know is that he was a groupie because he used to come up to the Bronx.
He's a
and
professional groupie.
And follow me and the Funky Four all
Fat
around
Five
the
Freddy.
Bronx. And
Fat
but
Fuck
he
Freddy.
was also the one that did take
Fat
us to Blondie, that invited Blondie out to one of
Fat
the shows.
fucker face.
After I became Rod
Fat
Digga,
fucking
Busta
faggot
Rhymes,
Freddy.
Flipmo Squad, and met him
Fat
again.
fuck Freddy. You mean fat fuck Freddy?
He was like, "Oh, Rod Digga, what's up? You know, it's a pleasure to meet you. Yo, you got bars." I'm like, "Yep." And when first time I met you and I tried to give you my demo, you called me a fucking groupie.
Right.
He
right.
was, and I walked. He was speechless.
Nice.
And that's good because that's what I did. After that time, now, he was my friend. Man, I don't take shit like that person. I deleted his ass. I said, you know what? There's going to be a time when I told the story about you being that groupie up in the Bronx, traveling around. And for you to be disrespectful, and you talking about you empty raps, a connoisseur of hip hop.
He's a bastard.
You're supposed to make sure that you
I watched
tell
this
the
nigga,
truth.
man. I met him at the
You're
Chappelle
supposed to make sure
thing.
you tell the truth.
That was
I met him at
that was a teachable
Radio City
moment for
Music
me
thing
to
with
be
Chappelle
nice
2
to
years ago.
everybody.
My friend's like,
Everybody.
Because that hurt,
Never
right?
know.
Right, that
he's like,
hurt.
you want me
I was
fat fuck
heartbroken.
I don't
Freddy?
care if you
Oh,
dislike the
I'm
person. You
yeah,
just
shit.
record your
I went home
keep it
boo
So,
and I
I
thought
thought
like
he was
my
as
whole
tall as he
world was
was.
over. Like all
Like
I wanted to
6'3".
do was make a record and be
I said,
on
oh,
MTV
okay.
Rap.
She was dragging me over there. He's like, yo, this fat fuck Freddy. He's like, yeah, whatever. Oh, he was cartoon. I was like this. Fuck that dude. Are you serious? I didn't want to meet your fat ass fat fuck Freddy.
You can hear the violins and shit. The single tear rolling down my eye. Over walking.
You fat fuck Freddy.
I went home and cried like a fucking baby. Like I thought the world was over. Like that's all I wanted to do was make a
I felt the same way when
Fat
he didn't
fuck
fight.
Freddy.
I felt the same way when he didn't fight for my history when he knew what was going on.
He's a piece of shit, dog. Word up. I met him 2 years ago.
I went home crying in the mirror like,
knows
we're gonna make it.
Oh, yeah.
Watch.
Fat fuck Freddy. You're an ass. I mean, is it on now? You're a fucking bastard. I fucking met you at the my friend tried to introduce me.
No, we're on YouTube Live.
Oh shit! Wait!
This is what it is.
Go back.
It's about being truthful. It's about being truthful. I'm serious.
Nah, he was mean as fuck to me.
Let me tell you.
He was mean as fuck
Oh,
to me.
shit,
She
wait.
shit on me and I
We gotta go back and read the comments.
No, it's about being truthful.
I'm like, wait, how much of that did y'all
I said
keep?
Godfrey in the corner going in.
Fat fuck Freddy. Fuck him.
Oh my god.
You are a fucking asshole.
Listen.
Fucking asshole, fat fuck Freddy. Fathead foot bitch.
He said
Freddy.
it, not me.
Oh.
You're a fucking asshole,
But
dude.
listen, no,
I'll do
but
it.
that's the realest ever because then that lets people know that you cannot do that to people.
Yo.
You
Mean
cannot
as
treat
shit.
people like that.
From that moment on, I was like, yo, you
We
just
supported
don't.
you. We thought you were an icon of hip hop, and
You
then you're
just
gonna be
don't
like,
know
oh,
who
I didn't
people
ask
are.
to meet you, motherfucker.
No, yo, it's whatever.
I take every picture. I
You know,
sign
they try
every
to-
autograph.
You
You
have to.
just
You
never
have
They
to.
try
know.
to erase people out of history and all of that, and you can't allow yourself to be erased. Period. Like,
What?
Right.
Say it again.
He said Jordan was an asshole.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Jordan's a dick. Yeah, I met Michael
We
Jordan. But he's
won't
just like,
tell.
I was with my friend rides in this riding team. Michael don't give a fuck. Michael's like,
yo,
but he wasn't like, he was worse than Fab. He was not as bad as Fab. Fab was really mean.
let's
For those of y'all just tuning in, we got the legendary MC
Sha
Rock in the house.
Baby, don't stop.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Dr. House. You know, I need to ask about that exactly. So kind of
What?
like, who was controlling the echo chamber? Would you
Jamar.
think? So somebody would be the one on the echo chamber.
No, he was the Ron. He was
Right.
the Ron.
Dr. House.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
because you gotta catch that shit at the right. I was always wondering if the MC himself would do it. You know what I mean?
And we were the first. Well, we are.
No,
Is that
we-
clear?
Okay.
Yeah. I got too hyped. I just went right in with Shy Rock. I fucked up the whole intro.
No, don't worry about it.
I got to still pat my girl on her back for a job well done last week. I didn't want to say that.
I figured we was gonna do that in our solo segment. You guys.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I guess.
So maybe we do kind of like what we did, even though we did the interview first, but we ultimately end up like switching
we could switch up the front piece. We could create a front piece
and make her segment our second and third, and our front one.
Right. I see
our front one is we talk all the generic shit.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
So that was 2.
This is 1.
You hear that?
This will be
Jay
3.
Nettie? This is 3.
This will be segment 3.
This is 3.
I'm just saying. So the last segment first. I'm saying
you
right. The last segment first.
No, I'm gonna be Italian. You piece of fat fucking Freddy. You can suck my ass. You understand me? You piece of shit. Fuck you. You fat fuck Freddy. That's what I call you. You motherfucker. If I ever see you again, I'll break your fat knees. You fucking piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, just a couple of questions.
That's a terrible.
Hey, sorry, but you're a piece of shit. You're an inhumane human being.
Well, my main question is, like, as a female, like being a female amongst all of that.
Yeah, I don't think we really got to that, right? No. Okay. All right, y'all ready? What are you doing, your black Italian thing over here?
I'm Sicilian.
You're black fucking Italian?
That fucking piece of shit.
Listen, I live in fucking Staten Island, okay?
I got you, but
don't
this
fucking
piece
tell
of
me.
That fucking Freddy is a piece of shit. I tried to meet the
I
guy
live
that
right
got shit on me. He shit on me like I was nobody. He treated me like I was nobody. What am I? Fucking, I'm human. Hey, he can shit on me. I was a fan. I treated him like he was my own son.
Like
my own family. This is what you do to me. You fucking, fat
fucking Mama Luke.
Fuck you. You're not so fabulous to me. You are fucking. Call yourself fucking Freddy, alright? How about that? Put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it, you piece of shit. Is it on?
But we're still in the beginning, though, of
we're planning something.
Funky 4 and learning. We'll get on all that, and then we leave.
See, I'll let you take the reign with that stuff, and then I'll bring it to the
right. Gotcha. All right, we ready. Let's go. Are we rolling? All right, well then clap it up, motherfuckers. Yeah. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got my man Godfrey in the motherfucking house.
Good.
We got the Queen Shy Rock in the house. Original hip hop founding member. Give him, come on.
Yeah.
Original hip hop founding member.
Right.
Yes.
Listen, before we continue, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/
Yanadameen,
bounty.com/Yanadameen, and Yanadameen.com/support.
I stuck the landing.
Yeah.
You guys send it like I can see it.
Yeah. Come on.
The props comes up on the screen.
You know, people be like, "What was that again?" Yanadameen.money. Where? I'm just making sure. You know, you make sure that you get the money. I want you guys to get paid. You know me?
No,
you
we got
fat,
Freddy, little microphone.
Ass, you piece of shit, fat, fried Freddy ass.
Our guest here set a precedent by donating to the show. Shy Rock just donated to the show so we can have labs for everybody. Fucking clap it up!
So guess what? That's what we donate to, because this is what we're supposed to do as a family in this life.
Right.
We ain't supposed to hate on nobody. We're supposed to take care of each other. That's how we rise up.
Yeah.
That's how we rise up.
This might be the first time in history. I guess it's
It is. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
yes.
Get some mics. All that old stuff.
Yes.
No,
Like,
that's what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to look out
To
for
make
each
you
other.
move
That's
forward.
right.
That's what's up.
Wait, now
Five,
should we be
ready.
feeling like shit? The guest that came up here like, I can't with the sound.
No,
up here.
no.
When the guests come up and say, let me get y'all some mics.
No, Digga, that was before the sound.
Y'all over here with your
That was
crutch.
before the sound, because I mean, we supposed to
So
look
you
out for
need
each other.
mics, then more mics too?
That's what's up.
Huh?
You need more mics too and all that stuff?
Yeah, we building, bro. We
I'm
building
just asking,
from the
because I
ground
might
up.
have some extra
We
stuff.
grinding,
some
son,
extra
we
stuff that
Nah,
I
they don't want nothing that you digging up from the face.
No, it's brand new. It's brand new.
Oh, okay.
No, it's brand new stuff though.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
brand new
All
shit.
right,
It's
good.
not
They
like
want
some
new
like.
stuff.
Listen, we all about doing for self. See, when you do it like this,
That's
when you
right.
when your people support your other people, that's when you don't have to worry about, because we're gonna talk about. Well, we did. I guess we talked about in the first segment. You know why you have time to be.
Why I have time?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You see, I'm not rushing off.
Because you gotta do for self.
I gotta do
okay,
for self.
and that's when you don't have to worry about motherfuckers telling you, "Oh, we don't need you anymore," and all this type of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why we here do it for self. Anyway, so we thank you and we praise you.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Shabrock, for putting your money where your mouth is.
Word.
And we all need to do that, to look out for each other. You know
Absolutely. Yes, we do.
My thing is, there's a lot of people out there doing podcasts, right? You know, they do that. But if you're secure in your craft and you got a good product, you shouldn't hate on the next man. You should always make sure you try to uplift women, sisters, brothers, anybody to look out. Because your blessings may not come when you want it to come, but it's going to come when you give and you don't worry about giving it back. So everybody should be supporting and helping out each other. So read that.
Wise words to live by. So yes, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, bounty.com/Yanadameen, or Yanadameen.com/support.
You sleep better at night.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
Yes.
Now, I have some questions for you, sis. And I hate using the word MC. As an MC that happens to be a female from another one, how was it, especially in your time with like no other females were really stepping up to the plate like that? Was there any like intimidation factor? Like were you scared? Were you the big reveal, or was it just like, what? I'll chew these niggas up too?
It wasn't, you know, and all of the questions, the answers that you said, right, is like one point. You have to remember, I came up through the inception of hip-hop, which meaning that they didn't look at me as a woman. Because if I was a female, yeah, plus. If I look good, that was a plus. But I was just prolific as any other male MC that was out there. So I had to be able to hold my own, because we're talking about the inception. As opposed to what, you know, let's say now, people that have hit records or have records on the radio, they have it good because they got social media. They got the internet to push them forward. I was out there with little or no resources, which meaning that I had flyers, word of mouth. So when they came to your park, so they came to the park jams, they came to you, you had to be able to deliver your MCing skills so they can be able to come back to you. So I didn't have to deal with most females like yourself being a prolific MC have to deal with, because I came up in the era where your skills was what made you who you were and took you to that next level. And so sometimes I look and I see, especially for people like you know, a light, you know, and not to take anything from anybody else, but it's like, why do the world has to just have one female MC? They're out there. They're out there. I mean, just ready to just go off. But I didn't have to deal with that. I didn't have to deal with the misogyny. I didn't have to deal with reveal. Now,
and what was it about you that made that possible? Like, why wasn't there like, oh, get out of here, shorty? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this the dude's doing this. Like it had to be something. That first of all,
I helped created this culture. So how you going to tell me to go when I was there on that front line? I was on the front line. I was there.
You paid your dues.
I paid my dues. I created the culture. I was on the front line. So you can't tell me to go any place when I helped created the culture. I'm there. So now you have to accept me as that prolific MC that I was, especially during my time. So when you listen to people like DMC say, I am the one that helped inspire him and Run to do Tougher Than Leather album, that I inspired them, you know, when I was on the echo chamber, you know, to make sure that whenever they, you know, said their rhymes, he told Jam Master Jay, I want you to make me sound like Sha Rock on them cassette tapes. You understand what I'm saying? Or when you hear a person like Puffy say, and, you know, when I heard Sha Rock's voice, I never met her, but her voice was mesmerizing, like my homegirl, Digga over here. When you hear people like the Beastie Boys say, if it wasn't for Sha Rock, you know, there would be no female MCs. Or who inspired you? Sha Rock and the Funky Four. Or when you hear somebody like Lord Jamar say, well, who's the top 5, you know, MCs that should be what, in the Hall of Fame?
Right, they just put up a post say, and we'll put that post up.
And then he said, Sha Rock. Now I'm shocked because I didn't even know you felt that way. But I'm honored.
They said, if we created a hip hop Hall of Fame, who would be your first 5 to put in automatically? I said, Melly Mel, Kumo D, Grandmaster Caz, Spoonie G, and Sha Rock. And that was before I even knew that she was going to be here today.
See,
I put that up. That's how the universe works.
I respect her, and Light is no joke. Light has always been the one, you know, the one who, Light is another person that said, you know, when I was 11 years old and I lived in Brooklyn, I used to come up to Harlem. And when I came up to Harlem, I heard Sha Rock on a cassette tape, you know, and I heard Mo Deep. And I said, I can do that. So when you have people like her and Fat Joe will say Sha Rock was better than 99% of the guys that's out there. He just said this a couple of weeks ago. Now for me, it's a gift and a curse. Because now it's like, yeah, she's good, but let me just sweep her under the rug. Because now I have to deal with men. I never dealt with that type of problem back then. But when you say stuff like that, even if it's true, and I'm thankful, now why am I not being acknowledged? You understand what I'm saying?
Well, part of it is probably because you didn't make the establishment money. You see, like you're only important to these people if you make the establishment, these corporations. You came in before that. You came in before.
You were boots on the ground.
Yeah, right. You were the vanguard, is what they're called.
It's okay. But if that's what it is to say, you know, that you're a legend or to say that you're an icon, then keep the money. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I have to sell my soul just because, you know, you said I got to sell a lot of records and I got to do, yeah, I sold a lot of records, but I didn't get the money for the records I sold. You understand what I'm saying? I sold a lot of records. Y'all don't know about it, but I didn't get the money for the records I sold. And you're talking the 70s, you know, the early 80s. I'm going through a dispute with Sugar Hill Records, fighting.
To this day. They've robbed so many people. They've robbed people that were not even on Sugar Hill Records.
Whatever y'all don't
Seriously.
know, I don't have a
They
gag
was going around
order.
stealing people's publishing.
I don't have a gag order. And this is the truth. When I was in Germany, my husband was in the military. When I was in Germany, there was a box record set that was sold for $100. Everybody that was a part of Sugar Hill Records had that song on it. I wrote about this in my book, you know, and back in 2010. The thing is that when I got back to the States, and while I'm over in Germany, and my child said, well, Mom, can you give me, you know, Mom, this dollar, or, you know, something like that to that effect, you know, since you know, you have this money from this record. When I got back to the States, I sought out lawyers. I went to every person that was under Sugar Hill Records to go in with me to file a class action lawsuit. The Sequence didn't want to go in with me. Nobody wanted to go in with me. The only person that went in with me was the Furious Five, because I went to every member in Sugar Hill Records and said, I want you to join me in this class action lawsuit. Now, I did the research. Nobody in New York City, no attorney wanted to mess with Sugar Hill Records. They said to me, Shara, it's going to cost you all this money. I knew I couldn't deal with them for years and years and years in court. So I did the smart thing. BMI told me, look, this is how they messing with your culture by changing the name of That's the Joint, writing in different ways, changing the names of the Funky Four to the Funky Four plus one more, and changing the reign. And these are the 7 or 8 different companies that your money is going into. I got a lawyer. Go to this lawyer, and they're going to take care of you. I went to a lawyer that handled people like Chubby Checker, Jewish Law, downtown. And guess what? They said to me, Shara, we will take on your case, but you're going to have to give us half of whatever we get. Now, I know I can't deal with them in money in court, so guess what? I gave them half of everything, because half was better than nothing.
Half of something is better than 100% of nothing.
And so I went back to the sequence.
Although it should have been a third, but go ahead.
Right, but it was okay, because I wouldn't get nothing. I did like 9 songs on that label, but they were selling overseas like crazy.
Right.
I didn't get paid a dime from records. So anyway, you know, they filed a lawsuit, went back to, you know, people in Sugar Hill. The only one I asked Raheem to go and get the Furious 5. They signed on. Sugar Hill Gang didn't want to sign on. Sequence didn't want to sign on. Crash Crew signed on later. Okay, so now we in court for years. This started in 2011. The judge deemed that they were at fault. So the father had to pay. He passed away. The mother had to pay. She passed away. The son had to pay. He passed away. Another son passed away, and there's one more son. So I don't have a gag order. This really happened. It's court record. It's documented. My lawyers has the cancelled checks of payment. I'm still in court to the day for the remaining amount of my money for the last couple of years that I have not gotten. And that's the truth. So don't let nobody tell y'all anything different, because it's documented in the court of law in New York City. It's true.
Wow. Crazy.
Wow.
First-hand account.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, sis.
It's true.
So now you're established. You've got all your, all of your credibility streetwise. Like everybody knows, like you are like this chick. Now,
and then they come out with a hit record.
Huh?
And then they come out with a hit record.
No,
Right.
well, we were under, because That's the Joint wasn't our first record. We were under Enjoy Records, which was the first label, like the first really like rap label.
Yes,
Yeah,
Enjoy,
right.
man. Nobody talks about Enjoy.
Which we had, but that was like, Enjoy was the label that had all the prolific MCs that was on the street.
Where was Enjoy located
Like
at?
125th, 7th, 11th Avenue or something.
It's
like
in Harlem.
That. Yeah, in Harlem, we recorded our song out of the record store in the back.
Right.
Who created Enjoy?
Bobby Robinson, which is no affiliation to Sylvia Robinson.
Oh, wow. Another Robinson.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Robin.
I wanted to say, like, how was it when, like, the next wave of females started coming, like Shantae and
So
what space were you in, like,
So
when that next wave?
the space,
started
okay,
coming?
so what, almost a decade I had been out before Roxanne Shantae, and when Roxanne Shantae came out, she set New York on fire. But during that time, I was going in this group, trying to get off the record label. So I was still with the Funky Four, right? But also created the Us Girls to do the movie Beat Street.
Us?
Right, to do the music. So I was still with Sugar Hill Records at that time. And so in order for me to do the movie Beat Street, those two, Lisa and Debbie, they didn't have a record deal. I had a record deal. I had to go to Harry Belafonte and say, look, these two girls, they're not signed to a record deal. I'm signed to Sugar Hill. I said, okay, well, I said, I don't think she's going to let me do it because we're going through this group right now. And the only way for me to do this is to, you have to go to her and ask her. So he said, okay, so he called her. So he said, look, Shara is down here in my office. She wants to be a part of the movie Beat Street. What do we have to do to get her to be a part? And for what he tells me, she said, okay, she could be a part of it, but you have to let Melly Mel do the hook for Beat Street. And that's how they were able to get into Beat Street through him going through Sugar Hill Records and Sylvia Robinson.
Beat Street.
I remember that scene.
Girls, everybody into the
so when you say what was going on at that time, I was, Shantae was out, she was coming out, but I didn't want to record, because why do I need to record when I'm not getting paid for it? Gotcha. So I'm trying to fight in court and trying to get away from her, completely. And Keith, his uncle was a lawyer, but he didn't really come through with the actual fighting until it was almost like a decade later that I found the lawyers that will fight in court. This is something that they have to do to get the job done.
What was the record y'all did on Enjoy?
It was called Rapping and Rocking the House, which was
come on,
which was the longest rap record ever.
That was my shit.
That was the longest rap record ever. 16 minutes since somebody beat the record. So we made the first the longest recorded rap
we
record.
loved our records long like that because you never wanted that shit to
end.
Like they used to be too short because we didn't get the hip hop like that.
Exactly. So when you talk about that beat with Cheryl Lynn, go back to the disco era of the songs. We all used the songs that were synonymous to disco to make hip hop beats, and hip hop made it more popular. They were selling more than what they were selling in their own records.
Because it made it more street too, though. Because disco was, let's keep it real.
Exactly.
Disco's a little wrist bending and
fun songs, though.
It is.
It was love.
But Saturday Night Live, and you had the white boys that was into disco too. And,
but they do all that twirling.
And then you had the gay guys that was into shit.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. One of the commentators that I was speaking to, I was doing an interview, and he was like, "Well, back in the days, did you find that it was a racist thing? How did they feel about rap music?" And I said, "Well, when I was coming up, we were playing down in the hole in the walls in Soho, the kitchen, or the Ritz clubs or whatever. They respected hip hop so much because it was like punk rock, hip hop joining together, and they were like
these were subcultures,
and but came together, and they would be on stage or they would be in the crowds, and they would just be throwing each other up in the air and like that loved.
And this is how we got Planet Rock.
Exactly.
Like that sound is the culmination of what you're talking about.
So
there's these dudes
mixed.
Going downtown.
Exactly, and mixed. And let me tell you, a different genre of people enjoy hip hop records and or hip hop music, and this is what the Funky Four did. We brought that downtown.
So tell us what you have going on right now. I know recently you were given an award, but also you have a movie coming out. Because I know Roxanne Shante had a movie recently.
Much respect.
And we had her on the show. She was a friend to the show. But Sha Rock, I could only imagine what the Sha Rock story is going to be like. So tell us a little bit about what you have going on right now, and especially the film that you have coming.
Yeah. So basically, I'm in New York. I live in Texas. New York, I love New York to the fullest, and this is why I'm filming my movie Luminary Icon. That was the name of my book, and not Illuminati, Luminary Icon, the light. So I'm doing it, and I'm in New York, simply, because a couple of weeks ago I did casting, and I was sort of kind of, waiting to find the perfect person to play, Sha Rock. But now, I had my investors from overseas. Look, we need to do this. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. Whatever it costs to take, let's get this movie popping. And so I enlisted people like Dana Dane because I wanted to include. I didn't want to make this. Yes, it's going to be about my journey from from North Carolina to New York. To how I became a founding member, first female MC of hip hop, and what I had to go through, on the streets of New York at that time, because
there was some gangster shit going on at that time.
And them gangster protected Sha Rock. They did. They did. And when you're young, you don't look at it like that. But that's what happened because of the respect. And so, I don't like to take anything from any female out there because we as females have contributed so much and we don't get our due diligence because we are MCs. Wow, you out there. But I wanted to make sure that people understood, and even if they don't know, what I did for this culture, how I was on the front line, how I helped to move this culture forward. And even if you don't know me and you may know 1 or 2 records, I helped this $1 billion business. And it wasn't just because of rap records or rapping, because that's only one element of hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? It's only one element. I celebrate all elements of hip hop. And so what I would like to do is let people know about my contributions and how I helped to create this $1 billion business. And by the same token, Rob was telling me, earlier, Suzanne, I saw you, on this video, crying, and all that stuff, because they caught me off guard, because on June 1st, New York City and the Bronx deemed June 1st as MC Shyrock Day in the Bronx. So now I get to sell it. I think they did Nipsey Hussle's Day in Harlem. So we'll share the same day, and I don't mind sharing it with them, but I know in the Bronx every day, June 1st, is MC Shyrock Day.
That's beautiful.
And I was honored. So when they told me...
Clap it up for that. Shyrock Day.
Yeah, I'm in New York all the time because I'm retired.
So you have to show up.
No, I'm planning something, so I gotta have y'all out here. And what I was trying to say is that
I was born in the Bronx.
Yeah, right. So what I was trying to say, to me, it's not just about the Bronx. It's about Brooklyn. It's about Queens. It's about Manhattan. It's about Harlem, because I was in all of those places. So I brought in different people to help me with the movie, like Dana Dane. Dana Dane's from Brooklyn. He's one of my writers. I'm on the phone with him 24/7 because I want to let the world know. Yeah, Bronx started it, but hip hop is about peace, unity, and having fun. And if I know somebody that got the traits to make it happen, I don't care if they're from Queens, from Brooklyn, whatever. We all supposed to come together and look out for each other. This is what I did for my movie. Just brought in people from Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Bronx as consultants to make sure that we tell the true story of the culture in hip hop.
Our time is running out. How can people contact you with social media?
Yeah, I just got back on social media, guys. My daughter set it up 3 years ago. I just got back on a month or so ago. So I am MC Shyrock on Instagram,
Twitter.
Yeah,
you're on Twitter too?
Look, I just got back.
Are they all try to make them all the same? So
what's that?
Spell Shyrock.
Just look, Google Shyrock, and y'all will find her.
He told me I got to get back on there.
Hey, social media is the best thing since you know how she's here today? I slid in her DM.
Okay.
You slid into it?
I saw her in this interview, and I saw her crying. And I'm watching it, and it brought me to tears. I'm like, oh,
listen, we gotta run, but Shyrock, thank you so much. Love you.
Thank you, Rob.
Yo, once again for Yanadameen Godcast, hello, Jamar.
So that's one.
Yeah,
that's 2. That's part 2 and part 3. Now we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, part 1, where we just talk a bunch of generic shit.
That was your feet. Yeah.
All right, look, I'm head back up to y'all gonna stop me crying and stuff.
Oh man.
Hold on. So that's
we gotta take pictures and all that.
You guys are going.
I like to take there was a nasty shadow. We're not taking them against this no more.
Part.
Right.
You get a backdrop or something.
Oh my God, the picture.
You're the one with the feathered hair.
I'm getting my number.
Oh, it's feather.
And in Beach Street,
it
was the feather one. You were the hottest one there.
Oh, so you ain't right.
I remember that.
I'm gonna call you because
Shout out. I was like, want to show me this?
I don't even remember that.
I remember we got taken it with 12 hours remember when they we were in the basement. It's working. It's working.
That perfect beat.
When they finally got the lights on in that basement in Beach Street. And you know that DJ was Ozzy Davis' son. We should be
let me figure out. I promise you.
What do you want to take a picture at?
I promise you. I got you. Listen, what I'm doing. Listen, I got you in there. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm picking out the money. I don't want nobody to be in control. Right.
Ladies, let's take a picture over here.
Over here.
I'm sorry. We building over here.
I'm got you. I have things right here.
I'll be happy to. Hey, where you going?
I have things. I got this guy from. His name is you know him, Eddie Harris. Have you heard of him? He's from Jersey. Eddie Harris. He's a writer. He's from Jersey. Let me work with something. I'm gonna have him right here somewhere. Okay, so I got you.
Wait, I don't know. Oh, wait. Ladies step out the set design.
Yes.
Signed up.
Sure. Wait, Chris. Hold on.
I already got y'all when y'all was setting up. So
I was going to say, no, I need you and I. Open that.
Here you go.
Yo.
Is
it good?
Yeah, how's that?
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
hold on here.
Let's go. Yeah. That's rap. I got some over here. Like,
I just photobombed this shit.
Get out of our face. Thank you. Bye.
Come on. Okay, wait, stay right there. Okay. Move. Move. This is video. What the f? I got it.
Don't put it on people that don't have their phones together.
Had it set up right. Okay, you guys get my picture.
Samsung takes the batteries.
Right here. Look at all those data. See that?
Oh, yeah.
Go, hurry up.
Yeah.
I'm the master of angles and lights. And it actually hip-hop and that's what I did.
I'm a father right now. She got really coming on Shine Rock, the original. If you don't, I mean, I'm honored to say I'm the president. Shout out. This is hip hop history right here. Legends right here. Get over here.
I got movie reels. I got acting
Everybody get it. Everybody. All right.
Look, we do kind of look like sisters now.
Here's where I'm at. I'm here. Yanadameen podcast. Digga. Lord Jamar. Look up. Then there's Jamar. If I ever heard of it, and I'm here. That's right. We all here rocking it up. That's right. We rocking out in Brooklyn. Hip hop history right here in your face, right here. The Godcast podcast. You know what time it is. We rocking Brooklyn, baby. Yeah, baby. I like it. That's what I'm doing my video, like reviews. I was locked in when she was talking. But the first, so this part that we shoot now is going to be the first.
Yeah.
And then the second is going to be
Yeah. But I felt like
I know.
That was one of the best ones.
And that's how it went up. Large wrestling. That's what I'm saying. That's how it went up. That's powerful shit. Just send it here. Just sell it to me. That's support. That's appreciation. That's and I'm happy for that.
that's great.
Now when I'm editing,
What?
I don't know.
I don't know. This shit's right now.
Look at how everybody
What?
That's love.
Yeah, that's nice. And we got this.
They go somewhere.
Cigar? No.
We can't smoke it.
So you want to sit? Okay, we'll sit there. You want to like? No?
Yeah.
You're gonna act like the show just started.
Right.
We might have time.
I'll hold the ball like,
Yeah.
so she'll go back to that.
It's 6:33, so we do that now. We do that by 7. Okay, come on. Let's get it up.
Yeah, let's knock it and then we'll
Let's knock it up.
take our time.
Whoa, that is like super. What's wrong now? Looking at live?
What?
So they're gonna see me do all this I'm doing right now. They're gonna see me do that's
Yeah.
the lag on it is like
Oh yeah, the delay.
Oh, you got a delay?
Yo, it's frozen. Yo, he just now finding out.
You just don't know about that goddamn delay.
that's
I
the
know that.
That shit is crazy.
No, it's like a long ass.
A long delay.
It's like 60 seconds.
You probably still standing over there.
Boogie.
Nah, I'm going now.
Yeah, that's Shot Robert. She was young.
Yeah.
And yo,
Yeah.
first of all, you know how old she was when I was a kid? Like, I don't know how old she is, but she looks amazing.
What?
She's 57. 56.
50. That's crazy.
Wow.
You probably nigga be coming out like, what's up?
Wow.
That's that melanin.
That's that melanin. She look.
That's that angle black. I do next 5 days.
And apparently she ain't struggling like some of the other forefathers.
Okay.
She good money. And she dropped some jewels like that. I never met him, but he looks like he's cool on TV. So it's like, you know.
But that's the same thing Godfrey said.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, he was mean.
So now it's him, it's Jordan.
And I didn't even want to meet him. My girl was like, Crystal, she's like, you want to meet him? I was like, not really, but no, come and meet him. He kind of forced it, man. I was like, oh, he's like, you hear that story? And he did literally did this. Yeah, what else? I was like, come on, what is this, a fucking cartoon?
Yeah, like,
Yo, he really broke my heart. Like, my dream was to be on your team.
He's a bastard.
And that nigga did that, like,
He was mean.
I was almost deterred from having him. Like,
really?
Wow.
I'm like, you know what? Fuck that nigga.
you record out Friday. Like, I'm showing.
I'm making friends with my shit.
You know, he was new doctor. So where he had to find out, yeah. But then when she started doing good, he was along with her place. Oh, well, come on, nigga.
All right, if I would have met him before we was on, he'd be like, ah, get the fuck out of here.
Because for me, Yo MTV Rap was the end all says all.
Of course!
Like,
It's like that.
so it's like, he's shooting me down.
Y'all
It's
don't know about
over.
Sean's the Beat. Y'all don't know about Fat Five Freddy Sean's the Beat. You know he made a record before, right? Who? Fat Five Freddy. It was all in French. It was dope. Yeah.
So Godfrey's gonna be here by himself? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna be here. Hey everybody! Somebody put Jasmine Guy only 50 and looking like Cicely Tyson. I'ma beat you.
She didn't age well.
I'ma beat you.
That was not terrible.
Who is that like?
It was terrible.
Digga.
You're a witch.
Huh?
Cicely Tyson.
You think Tyson plays Jack God?
No, somebody said Jasmine Guy only 50 looking like
She
Cicely
looks so
Tyson.
bad. That light skin shit is bad.
No, that's them
I'm
white
down with
things.
that shit.
No, that's that
That light
mixed
skin
breed.
is for a minute.
That's the white side of her jeans.
That old head, bang.
Hey everybody!
No. It depends on how you take care of it. She was high.
That was high. That's not high.
She's halfway.
I know. I'm saying half white on the sometimes.
No, I think that's the side of her jeans that's
So that's when it's
aging
cute
like
when
milk.
high school, they be like making fun of the dark, and then when you get older, you're like, what happened? What happened? Hair's all fucked up. What happened? You look exactly the same. What happened? That shit is cute for the neighborhood.
I mean, not for nothing. You know, a lot of us, like, we go through our phases. We might gain some weight, lose some weight. You know, going through the motions and shit. Yeah, but at some point, it got to be a bounce back, or it's just.
Man, I'm so mad at the white people in my family.
Where'd you get the water at?
Thank
When
you.
I was just on vacation, I started burning and shit on my shoulders.
Oh yeah, I'm about to clown
My
you on
shit's
vacation.
peeling right now.
I'm about to totally clown
Damn
you
you
on
white
vacation.
people!
I'm like, I want Jamar to sit down and have a mimosa. I don't want him on the terrace in Cancun talking about the damn shape of the earth.
It's so apparent.
So there's no.
I'm like, my nigga,
He the one that told me. He was like, yo, you should take a picture of the.
There's bikinis all up and down the shoreline. Why are you staring at the earth? That guy.
It tastes great.
Oh, Lord Jamar. We must protect Lord Jamar at all costs, people. Protect Lord Jamar at all costs.
It is. I was talking to my man today about how black he uses. But he's open-minded, so he said, you know what? I'm going to look it up. My cousin also got back to me. He said, you don't believe it's flat, but...
Are you talking to me about
the Earth is round.
Say it again! Say it again for the people in the back!
It's flat. You think those pictures they show are fake?
They are. They are.
So all
they'll
that,
tell you they're fake.
all the space travel stuff is fake. Well, I don't believe they landed on the moon at all. That's the
They haven't even been out there.
There
are no
Now
satellites.
they say they can't get past the Van Halen belt. 95% of communication is done via under some cables.
So all that space shit is all fake.
Yep.
So Earth is flat.
Flat plane with like, you know, there's rallies. And
Ask yourself this: do you believe that people really start upside down? Sticky with something?
Yes. It's called gravity.
I'm asking them. Do you believe that? Where else is that? Where else can we display that?
When they show astronauts in the rocket in the space.
When they show.
When they show.
So in other words, all of this is based on us believing and trusting the information that's being given to us by someone who's lied to us about everything else.
This is the old white
man. They tell the truth about this.
This is the old white
man. Yeah,
that's right.
This and that.
No, I don't disagree.
Oh, I just sort of believe that shit out of it.
They're all killed off by a meteor. Get the fuck.
Right.
You ever see the Matrix? They have the shows where they go around the shows and they
everything else is
and here is the Earth. Is it flat? Is it round? Are people upside down?
And they're like this, wow. And this is a different kind.
And all they gotta do is give it a frame of reference for what it looks like, and so that's what it looks like.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall sometimes off camera. Oh yeah, I have been getting little bits and pieces of behind the scenes.
The fuck is she talking about? The fuck is she talking about? Don't be listening to shit she has to
I
say.
ain't say nothing. They talking about female rappers. See, we talking about female rappers. What you talking about?
See what the fuck y'all talking about.
Look, Jean Grey,
Nina Cherry. Okay, all right.
We talk about female
okay, I'm just
rap.
making sure. Just making sure. Okay, Remember Nina Cherry?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to her?
Well, Nina, I was just looking up her brother because I have a friend named Eagle. And I said, you know, you got the name of Nina Cherry's brother, Eagle Eye. He mixed too.
When Nina Cherry was the
Nina,
shit.
But then Buffalo stands.
Good cover, guys. Good cover. Good cover. Now, back to the Earth being.
Remember Roxanne, the real Roxanne, the Puerto Rican one?
Yeah.
The other one, what happened to her? I was like, damn, she's fly, boy.
She made you love Roxanne?
I was like, ooh. One of the dudes died from the UTFO.
Yeah.
I think it was educated rapper.
Yeah, educated rapper.
Educated rapper.
Are we ready?
Yep.
So we rolling right now. Come on.
Like you rolling.
Okay, so I'm laughing. Okay.
You see this ASAP Rocky down to the fight?
Who? No. With who?
Somebody said they was Rocky. Wait, that's right. Oh, now he's arrested this week. Oh,
Sylvester Stallone?
Okay, this might be new. This was 9 hours. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Sylvester Stallone?
Nah, ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky.
Oh, ASAP.
They kept following him, and then
I thought Rocky got to go. What is Rocky doing?
Following us. Go over there. So they turn around, they keep on walking. They turn around, white boys still following them. Trolling them, just talking shit. Please stop following us.
Y'all left me some chicken over there. Y'all left me some chicken over there.
Also, that black girl got suspended for homophobia from school because she didn't want to participate in any of the gay lessons or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, no, I want to be in it.
Yes.
But how are they teaching it?
I think they was teaching about the history of it.
Nothing wrong with it. Digging your ass. Let me teach you how. Turn the page.
I don't know if I want that gap like that.
Nah, maybe it should go.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It should be.
What is that?
Just boom, boom, boom.
Like regular?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It'll be a just 2-shot.
And what school was this? Where was this? I said, what school was this? Where was this?
Shouldn't have gone back together.
Wait now. Look, here we go. All up my snacks. God damn it.
Yeah.
We are not doing this.
You want to put it on the side?
Yeah, maybe we should sit on the side.
Wait, no. Who, me? You can still see up it?
I mean, but you gotta stay like super.
I got Oh yeah, nah, they've been all in the stuff before. It's like,
like YouTube already knows me.
I just don't want you killing me.
Okay, no, I got you.
Fuck about YouTube. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on.
One of these days we're gonna mount this camera up here somewhere, but until then I just gotta move the ashtray. Yeah, where all these cups come from? Oh, because we had guests.
He said, where all this? Yeah, let's.
Oh, like where all the cups? I look like we
team. Yeah.
Look like we over here having a speakeasy or something. Just
wait, I want this
cups and ashtrays and come on, set design.
Bunch of cohibas.
I need a prayer cloth. I need a prayer cloth.
How you like that? No.
Perfect. Actually, that might be the move. Let's see. Wait, it's the delay. Let me see.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yep. Nope. Just move the whole thing. Yep. And I'm still on F1 over here.
We still doing the mic.
I don't feel like that has both of y'all. It's not gonna have all of y'all in it. Is it better to just put it back down? Yeah. Right?
You put it back down.
Yeah. I don't see.
I mean, I'm not mad at that little cup. It's transparent. Okay. You could like that.
You want that one then?
Hmm?
You want that one?
Not yet. Now. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Alright,
Up in the Bronx where the people are fresh. Oh, wow. What is it? What kind?
Salt and lemon.
So I'll move this out the way for now.
All right.
All right. Why not?
Salt and vinegar.
Chips, Digga.
I'm good.
She's on a liquid diet. She's on a 2-step. Don't offer fucking chips.
She's like, yes, don't question me any further.
What you say? Do you normally eat chips? Yes.
Trying to cover my muffin tops with the laptop. I don't have no muffin tops.
Oh shit! You said you had a fupa?
Muffin tops here.
Man, fuck you!
I do got a little handle too.
Oh shit!
Like no, actually the laptop is for fact checking.
Shannara said, I remind her of her dad, who was a hip hop legend in Seattle. Silver Shadow D. Remind us of Silver Shadow D. That's a cool nigga from Seattle, obviously.
I like the name.
That's cool. Yeah, that's nice.
We don't always just do name like that.
You gotta know.
Huh?
You gotta be topic ready.
Kinda, yeah. We're gonna talk about, I was gone, Digga doing a fabulous job by herself. We're gonna talk about Godfrey and why he has time to be here, now that he's not on Sirius Radio anymore. And we're gonna also try to squeeze in, your boy came out as a wristbender.
Who, Lil Nas?
Yeah, little Sweet X.
Johnny has a great theory.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I believe it's all contrived. But anyway,
Yes.
it came out perfect timing. Pride week.
Month.
The very last day of Pride.
Yeah.
It was the whole month.
I believe he'd sign on to anything for a bag. Hey, you want me to be gay? How much is it? That cost?
I think he was
Why not?
For the kids, Nas.
And that's
For the
bad
old
for
school
bad for Big Nas.
That's Project X.
Okay.
That's bad for Big Nas.
KD goes to Brooklyn, and moreover, the owner of the New York Knicks is a fucking dickhead to just, you know what I mean? Like,
wait, Kevin Durant's a Brooklyn Net now?
Kevin Durant is now on, and I think Kyrie Irving
It's
too.
Kyrie, they're on the Nets. That's whack.
Kyrie Irving.
Nobody was the next fan.
So did we.
I thought
And our owner fucked it up.
So what do you do?
I ain't seen nobody change from y'all niggas in the playoffs. I ain't seen none of y'all.
He didn't want to come up off that bread.
Bro, KD could play with one leg. I don't think KD had an amputated leg. What, yeah, his Achilles done, right? He was gone for a year, right? It's ruptured. Oh, well, it's wow. Ruptured Achilles, that ain't no joke. Especially when the way you gotta move. Man, come on, man.
Listen,
Ruptured
what I'm
Achilles.
saying is he was supposed to be in on the Knicks,
I thought he was coming to New York. Knicks.
but our owner fucked it up.
Shame. And Golden State was willing to give him the max. Brooklyn's willing to give him the max. So clearly, they know something that we don't know, I guess. And the Knicks are like, nah, I don't think it was the same.
Yeah, they like that's what I'm saying. They make money anyway. They just niggas sign. They don't care about trash.
Knicks don't care, huh?
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah. Yep.
How does it sound? That sound good?
One more time.
Check one.
Hello.
Yeah.
Again?
Hair so luxurious.
Hello. Let's go.
Is
Let's
this my
go.
personal camera over
Hello.
here?
You good?
That's
Good. Now you good?
Actually, you can go either way.
Yeah.
Yep.
We both got one
You go both ways.
I saw what you did there.
HR.
Oh, did you see that Fag Knuckle show though they got?
Bad word, Jamar.
Terrence J. They got some shit called "You're the One." Come all takers, come one, come all, and
So
everybody on the show is bisexual. Yeah, they're just gonna have a
I don't
fucking.
know. I had to like Google some stuff. I'm like, wait, what's omnisexual? Pansexual?
When you added this to the
it's like
Gender fluid. Like, get the fuck out of here with all this made up shit.
white people.
There's like a whole
White
like
people shit.
new
Exactly.
dictionary.
White people shit. Not even white people shit. White people.
17 different types too. Not really demisexual, like what? Nah.
Nah,
Alright.
boy, girl, straight, gay. That's like as far as it goes from.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Godcast scene 1, take 1.
Are those fans making noise? I'm just kind of hearing them right now.
Easy.
I'm hearing this one over here too. Were those on the entire time? They were, huh? I mean, well, for continuity, then maybe keep them on, but I don't know. They were just kind of. I just heard them just now.
I don't think I have anything about it.
All right, you ready? Roll it.
Yep.
Clap it up.
Right.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
And we got guest host extraordinaire in the motherfucking house. Godfrey in the house. Good.
Give us the claps, son.
Don't
give us the claps.
Now,
I messed that.
Last week, your boy had to take a little vacation. Ended up going to Cancun with the family. Celebrate a couple of anniversaries.
Right on.
Pardon me. And Digga held it down.
Yeah, baby.
By her lonesome.
Yeah.
Clap it up for Digga.
I can't even front. I was nervous. Like, what am I gonna talk about by myself for a whole hour? So I started calling up the homies. Like, yo, and I had 2 guests scheduled, but the second one didn't show up.
Aww.
So yeah, he was gonna get here.
Boo.
He was gonna get here too late. So then I had to do the segment by myself, and I'm like, all right, we just gonna make this a quick little intro, and I ended up like yakking for like 15 minutes. So I was like, hey,
there you go.
See, if I had some talking points, like if I was prepared to do a solo segment, I could have went on for a minute. But that was fun.
In the future,
you should go way more often.
In the future, I'm sure you'll get a chance. We'll each get a chance, I'm sure, because we're still very active in different parts of our lives.
Right.
And you might be pulled off for a show somewhere. I might be pulled off for a show. Word. But the show must go on.
That's right.
So we're going to keep it held down. And now...
And thank you guys for all the positive, feedback, too.
And first of all, you brought in an awesome guest with Large Professor. I'm almost a little upset that I wasn't
Large
here.
Pro.
Because,
that's your homie.
That's my homie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we used to hang out for real back in the days. I was there to see a young Nas just, coming in of age and finding himself and his sound and all that.
Source.
I was there for some of those Eric B. and Rakim sessions when he's in there. I'm like, wow. Producing for Rakim? Like, what? Like, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. Also, I would like to give the Yanadameen staff a round of applause for not spilling the beans. Yeah. I went to all my like, you better not say nothing to Jamar. I wanted him to be surprised.
Yeah, so this one wants to act like, I'm not telling you who the damn guest is. I'm like, how the fuck you not going to tell me who the guest on my own show?
He calling everybody out.
If we don't forget, I motherfucking put this shit together, goddammit. Who do I trust? Me. So I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm like, yeah, you're gonna keep it a secret. So I called while I was at the airport. I was like, yo, Sharice, who was the guest? And now something told me I should have tricked her. Okay, and been like, act like I already knew, and just be like, yeah. So the guest came, right? Everything fine, and see if she'd be like, oh yeah, Large Professor's here. That's how I should have played it. But I was like, yo, who was the guest today? Like, Rod Digga trying to, be all secretive, be all secretive and shit, So she was like, well, then I guess it's gonna have to be a secret. I'm like, what? I said, that's how we gonna play it? All right, I'm gonna get it from one of my niggas. It's all good. You know what I mean? Hit my man Jay Netta up. Thought he was, you know what I mean? Thought he was a team player.
Nope.
Being all cryptic and I told her, as Johnny Fastlane.
Nothing.
Nothing. I'm like, yo, what was this oath done in blood? Like, what the fuck? Like, why is this so important that y'all hold this woman's secret? I didn't even want to stress, Sid, because, I just don't want to stress you. I don't want to stress him. You know what I mean? So I didn't even call you. You're lucky. And I didn't hit the Kenya. Shout out to the Kenya. She's not here today. But, I didn't want to harass, She might start crying or something under my, because...
Trying to shake my girl down.
Yeah, I didn't even want to do that to her with my aura.
I was nervous because when the second guest that ultimately
who's another friend of mine,
would have been too late. I was scared that he was gonna call you because I didn't tell him that you weren't here.
Right.
I was scared that he was gonna call Lord Jay, I'm in traffic, but I'm on my way. I thought he was gonna blow up the spot, but
you're on your way where? To the Godcast.
Y'all did well.
To the Godcast.
Thank y'all so much.
But see, you know what? Honestly, I could have got it out of them, but you know what? I decided.
Why not be surprised?
Huh? Yes. Yeah. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go with it. She wants to surprise me so bad. Yeah. I'm gonna just go with it. I ain't even gonna press this shit. Yeah. I'm gonna just leave well enough alone. But I could have got it out of you, motherfucker. Trust you me, I could have done it. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna let it go. But I did end up finding out who the other guest was. Yeah. I did find that out inadvertently.
Had to give him something.
Because they was, But anyway, you did a great job. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I tried it with the math. I apologize.
And then you went on ahead and booked this week's guest too.
Wow.
So goddamn, Rod Digga is just
killing it right now.
Shit right now. God damn. Handling that business. And this week's guest is a motherfucker.
Word.
So before we move on, before we talk to our guest host of the hour, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, Yanadameen.com/support, or bounty.com/Yanadameen. We appreciate you. We out here striving to do for self. I guarantee you the next time you see us, we're going to have even more lav mics and sound even better. It don't matter how many motherfucking guests we have up this motherfucker. And that's all because of people that donate to the show and want to see us do for self and keep doing for self. That being said, Godfrey.
Yes.
My guy.
How are you?
We are always happy to have you here.
Yes. Thank you.
This is my fucking
guy.
This is my
fucking guy right here. You nigga. Hey, get the fuck.
So usually, right? When you're here, you kind of, damn, I want to come, but
I got it, Mike.
This is my Russian Godfrey voice. I want to come, but I gotta get to my show afterwards.
I have to, bro.
Can we get this done real fast? Maybe I can do like 1 or 2 segments.
And he goes, whatever, dude. Come through. Fuck.
And that's his voice. Okay. So anyway, so this time, he hits me up, and and he's like, "Shit, I want to come through." Hey, come through. We are always welcome. Right. We always love to have you. Godfrey's the shit. And he's like, "Yo, I don't have to go to my other show."
Cause it's gone.
What the fuck happened?
They pulled the fucking plug.
What the fuck?
Enough of your black shit. Enough of your black intelligent shit.
What?
He's getting them together. The Negroes are starting to get educated. That's what's happening. We've got to stop it. We need to keep our tap dancing Negroes on our station. We don't need you. This son of a bitch is a rebellious slave. That's what he is. He's one of the slaves that told everybody how to escape. That's what the fuck That's what my show was, the Godfrey Complex. It was Sirius XM 126. It was Urban View.
Okay.
So it's Urban View. It's black political station. Black political station.
When I listen to Sirius Radio, it's mostly for music. You know what I mean? I didn't really turn into the talk stuff.
Right.
But yes, they have a channel. Well, fuck the channel now. But you was on one of those channels.
I was on it because I got on it because this lady Karen Hunter, who I'm not gonna. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman. She really changed that channel. That channel was boring. It was a black channel, but it wasn't doing shit. So Karen, who's an author, she teaches journalism at Hunter College. She is fantastic. She's all about progressing black folk. So she started changing the channel, getting different people, fresh faces. And then I would do her show every once in a while. And then she got me on there. She goes, "Man, you ever have a radio show?" I said, "Nah, I ain't never done that shit. I've done people shows." She goes, "You should think about doing radio. You should think about it." So I said, "You know what? Fuck it. Why not?" They asked me. I didn't.
Right.
I said, "Oh, okay, buy it. You can do an hour." "Okay, I'll do an hour." It was the power hour. Because I had meth come through. I had all kinds of people. black businesses come through my shit.
Black businesses.
Black businesses.
Love you here.
Who I will definitely bring up black businesses here. That's what's good. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I did it. It was called the Power Hour at 12 o'clock. And I hit the ground running like, bam, because I came in like yelling and shit, like, what's up, you motherfuckers? And because I know how that station was. It was like, you know those,
right,
those Al
sleepy,
Sharptons
like, yeah.
and just that black caucus and the black folk, we need to come together as a community. That shit. So I said, I called, instead of saying, it's like that. We have to understand that not every white person is bad. With a list. See, this is what you have to understand. I've been a pastor for many years. And white people, sometimes they good. Fuck out of here. Now, and this is not, don't misconstrue, this is not saying all white people are good. See, I'm tired of, see, one thing I didn't do is I didn't talk about the known already. I hate when motherfuckers do this, when black people do this shit, when they go, when you're talking about white folks, and I'm saying, yeah, policeman, these motherfuckers is killing, da-da-da, and they'll go, well, not all cops. Motherfucker, I know that. Stop being afraid of talking about the problem. That's that Negro shit, that not all of them is bad. Well, if every cop was bad, we wouldn't even leave the house. Shut the fuck up. That's the known. Stop bringing that up. I'm talking about the shitty cops that fucking kill people, black people especially, that are slamming, teenage black girls, handcuffs, 14 years old, punching black children in the face, grown-ass punk bitch, pussy-fied white men that are fucking beating up our kids and shit like that. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Because we all know cops. I know white cops, cool cops. I know good policemen. A lot of my friends in Chicago, half my track team, they're all cops. All my whole, I was a relay guy. I was a 4x100 relay guy. All my whole team, they're all policemen. They're great cops. But there's a few that ain't shit. There's way more good cops than there are bad cops. That's a fact. You understand? I know that. I'm not saying, listen, there's some cops that let shit happen, but they don't necessarily do the action.
Right.
Because
that
there's a code.
Bad,
but it makes you shitty. But there's there's cops that ain't like dickheads. There's some that aren't. Now listen. So I started talking about that shit, right? And so you have to understand, Urban View's demographic is like literally from 30 to like 80 years old. Old school black folk. So when I got on there, everybody's political. Al Sharpton's still on there. There's all this political shit. Hell, I got on there and I'm joking. Right, and I'm right.
You were shaking the table.
And I was joking, and I would come in, and I said, I want to let y'all know I'm a comedian. I'm not a fucking politician, but I'm a black dude in America. I got racist shit to talk about. Right. So I came in with hard shit, but then I came in with this thing called Black Facts. I had a Black Fact every day. Whether it was black inventors, every single day. So by the time February came, people didn't even notice Black History Month because they was already on it. You know what I mean? We didn't wait for no fucking February, which you shouldn't get rid of course not, because if white folks got rid of it, we'd be fucked. But just to have that, but I had Black Facts, vocabulary words every single day because there's so many words. I said, since we're so stupid, let's build vocabulary. I had kids calling in going, my vocabulary is amazing. That black kids, 5-year-olds repeating shit I was saying. I was shaking up the system. And then there were people going, yo, man, I had old black people going, man, I'm 80 years old, and I'm gonna tell you, man, you all right with me. I ain't never heard you say you're refreshing. He goes, I was gonna cancel my subscription. He's like, but you bring life into us. I'm not even bullshitting. Like when I tell you the need for the show, because then they move me. They say you need, and everybody would call say, you need another hour, man. Man, fuck that. You need another hour, dog. You need another. So I said, they came to me and said, do you want 2 hours? I said, yeah, 2 hours is cool. I don't want to do no 3-4 hours. I'll do 2. So they put me prime time. They got rid of another dude, put me prime time, 6 to 8 traffic time. Man, I fucking, what? That shit, I was blowing that shit up.
6 to 8, that's why you couldn't be here.
Right.
You had to be over there.
Right. And then I would bring up truck drivers. This is what I did one day. Because a lot of truck drivers listen to this series because they on the road. One day I just fucked around and said, yeehaw, this Black Lightning calling all you truck drivers out there. I just want to let you know I just got 2 black people on the ground. I was doing some fucked up shit. These truck drivers all called. They said, hey, man, yo, man, you almost had me crash my truck, dog. He goes, you don't understand, but this is what I didn't know. When I did that, they said, you know, we talk on the CBs and shit, These are all black truck drivers, men and women. They was like, but we don't fuck around with them too much. I said, why? He said, because the white truck drivers call us niggas over the airwaves. They'll call us nigga this, nigga that, but when we see them at the truck stop, they don't say nothing. They act like they are friends, but on the airwaves, they're going, fuck these niggas. I didn't know. So I opened up a whole thing of truck drivers. So so they start calling
a whole truck of whoop ass.
Yep. And so I had truck drivers going, hey, God, man, what's good, man? They call me Big Al, dog. I'm 6'3", 200 something. The other day, I just punched one of these white motherfuckers in the face, man, talking that shit.
Just because of you, man.
Like, you got me amped, dog. So now, when I walk into a motherfucking truck stop, I look at these motherfuckers, dog. We want to appreciate you. We want to appreciate you because nobody recognized the truck driver. I was the only one. So I do a dedication to truck drivers every day. And I said, all you truckers out there, African-American truck drivers busting your ass, I'll give them. I had a lady, 60-something-year-old black women truck drivers. I've been driving trucks for 30 years. You understand? No one ever gives us credit. I'm talking about on that station. They never recognize the truck driver.
What happened?
Listen, I don't listen. Like I said,
this sounds great. This show sounds.
Yeah.
I'm like, this sounds. I want to be why the fuck would they get rid of?
Well,
such a great show with such a great host.
One day I did an episode about swimming.
I'll tell you why, but go ahead. You tell me why you
motherfuckers can't swim. I said, the world is 80% water, your body's 80%. How the fuck can't you swim? I'm sorry. But you be at pool parties every fucking time. You want to go to a pool party, you can't fucking swim. I said, learn. My father made us go swimming at 3, 4 years old. My sister. You need to learn. That's fucking bullshit.
Yes, you do.
You need to learn how to swim.
Because you sit.
But you need to look at it as, don't look at it as pleasure. Look at it as an emergency. What if your fucking kid or someone's kid is drowning? You sitting there because you can't fucking save them. You're like, damn, breathe.
Well,
shit.
Move your arms.
I had my daughter
stop gurgling.
She was a baby, though.
What?
I said I had my daughter swimming since she was a baby. My
smart. But see,
swimming.
that's what I'm saying. So I said, yo, you guys should learn to swim. This is not me coming from an arrogant point of view. Look at it as an emergency, like driving. Your mom can have a heart attack, whatever. You should learn those skills because there's a lot of road and there's a lot of water. That's what my father said. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to read, drive, and fucking swim. Learn. Goddamn. So these women
drive, fuck, and swim.
And do that too.
Okay.
And so, boom, I get these black women calling me. They're like, Godfrey, man, I'm 57 years old. I've never, ever learned how to swim. We're taking swimming classes. Me and a bunch of women have decided to take swimming classes. Now we're learning how to swim because of your episode.
And now we're doing aqua ballet and all that.
And it was great. I was like, I didn't know what kind of effect it would have. Then I talked about the health shit. I would bring up like this black water company called Alkaline Up out of Georgia. They make alkaline water. These motherfuckers have tested all the waters. All the waters we drinking are shit. Just to let you know that. They have Alkaline Up is their crew. They send me bottles of water. They should be able to send. You're gonna send you guys. We're gonna pump them up, and we're gonna send them. They're gonna send them to you. They're gonna send them to you. It's a husband and wife. One of the husband was 300 pounds. That motherfucker is as big as him. You wouldn't even know he was fat. He goes, once I started losing weight, I started testing what I was drinking, and he goes, now we have a company where they have machines, they have shower picks for your water, iodine, reverse osmosis type shit. So I was pumping that up. I was pumping up black hair care product, black women owning hair care because the Koreans are disrespecting black people.
Yeah.
Black women are spending so much money on black products and it's not going into their fucking pockets. So we got 3 places.
So it sounds like you were doing all the things that we would love here at the Godcast, but you're doing it over there where you wasn't appreciated. Is that what you're telling me?
Hold up.
Is that what you're telling me?
But then they started complaining about shit. I said, and I was like this. But I already knew. I was like, I know what kind of place this is because I know cats from my friends who've been fired from that shit. And they don't even know why. I said, I know where I'm at. You know, I've been to serious.
This is serious radio.
Yeah, I know.
Where this was like 40-something Street. You took that
building.
Right,
that big building.
Right,
so I was pushing, but I was going to push the envelope anyway. I was going to talk a lot of shit because I would say I want to slap shit out Donald Trump. I always do like this. Man, they need to slap shit out that motherfucker. And I'd be like this, yo, these cops, you punk bitch ass cops, I want to fucking slap shit out. I would keep going slap shit out of people. And then people would call and go, yeah, man, we need to slap the shit out of them. And then some people are like, we can't advocate violence. I go, I'm bullshitting. I'm not going to do. So that was that. They was like, well, you can't do this. I go, but you guys, it's free. Okay. And I was like, okay. So I was taking notes.
Right.
Then I said, let me start my podcast, which is In Godfrey We Trust on Gas Digital Network, which y'all, I'm sure, will be on at some point. Gas Digital Network. So I started that podcast. Then I started fucking with you, and I started fucking with Vlad. I said, let me find other shit because I know there's a point where they're going to get tired of me. Like, they're going to just be crackers. Because I was mobilizing, man. Shit was dope. And I was killing all the other shows on our channel.
Sure you were.
I was destroying them motherfuckers. And I had one girl.
At the end of the day is which they should really care about are the numbers.
Exactly. Right. But white folks would rather get rid of you if you're helping black people. They don't give a fuck how much money. They would rather see you fail instead of getting black people together. They'd rather see that than you make them money. You understand? They'd rather see black downfall. They'd rather see black, retrograde than actual progression. White folks, they will sacrifice all their money to see you go down. They don't want to see, even if you're making the money, they'll go, I just can't see black. I don't want you to be more educated.
They don't want the scholars.
It's in their DNA to keep us down. Like, it really is in their DNA. Listen, I've gotten my motherfucking latte before somebody at Starbucks. And they're like, I was here before you, bitch. They don't want to see it. No, in every aspect of our life. See, we got to look at One thing you got to understand is white microaggressions. Not the big shit like, get the niggers out of there. I'm talking about little shit. You walk in, or maybe somebody in the grocery store helps you before a white person. Well, I was here before you, bitch. They don't think we should ever have anything first. They don't think we should get treated right. I've been in restaurants where the owners know me. And they come in like, what do you need? And other whites are like, well, who the fuck is me? Who the fuck is me? Because black dude gets in, all of a sudden the chef comes out. I'm telling you, they're like, I didn't know Negroes had some food. Well, Jesus, I'll never be eating steak in this place. Or Christ, who is this black guy just walking in and the chef got They don't like it when we have anything. The only thing they want us for, sexually, athletically, economic, that's the only thing. White folks only want us when they're benefiting from it, when they're getting something out of it. If we are autonomously happy, that is their kryptonite. Like when you see black people like just laughing amongst each other, whites will be like, oh, they're laughing over there. Like,
that's like, when Helen is coming with the gun. Like, who gave y'all?
When they
see us, a permit for that.
When they see us by ourselves, autonomously doing our own thing, it angers them. They're mutants, man. White folks are mutants. They're mutated species. Of course, not all of you, but fuck that. You're mutated. You're a mutation. They just found out that they're 97% human. They're mostly Neanderthal. Yeah. It's real talk. So it has to come from that because their behavior doesn't make sense. So if you think of it, if you say mutation, then you go, oh, a mutant. They're fucking weird. That's when they're mutated. So once you think mutation, you go, okay, I get it. See, once you're in the know, that's why when they pulled the plug, and I was in D.C. when they did that because I was talking about. Sorry, there was this dude. I was doing the show from the SiriusXM in D.C. last week, and so when there was a man that followed me into the lobby in D.C. He said, "Yo, I'm a big fan, man. I'm a subscriber." I said, "Man, he's a subscriber. Let me give a picture." And this dude, who was a gay dude, black dude, with braids, and he was real flamboyant, he was rude as fuck to this man. He said, nah, you gotta go. You cannot have no picture. I said, well, I mean, the guy is a subscriber. He was so rude. So I went on one of the shows and said, this dude, I didn't name his name, but he was rude as fuck to a subscriber, which was wrong. And then they said, and the problem with the gay community is they try to use homophobia when they're just being assholes. I was like, you're just an asshole. But you try to use it like a homophobe shit. Gay community, some of the motherfuckers think they slick by throwing in homophobia and gay bashing. And I was like, I'm not gay bashing. I'm saying you're an asshole. But you want to use that gay shit. All of a sudden, you want to be part of the community. Now you want to be special interest when I'm calling you an asshole. You're a fucking dick. And it's like, no, you're gay bashing. And I had some black people say, you're gay bashing. I said, shut your tap dancing ass up. You fucking sellout ass nigga. Don't ever fucking. This black woman's like, I'm a feminist. Yeah, white women got you tricked too. Shut the fuck up. Don't ever talk. Don't talk to what you can't fucking deal with.
Well,
You're dealing with a different kind of intelligence, man. Sit your dumb Jehovah Witness ass up.
Godfrey, we running
Sucker.
out of time in this
I'm like, I just look.
Yeah.
I just
we done ran out of time in this segment. But listen, listen, you know.
Well, I just
Yeah,
wanted
you know
to,
what time it is about being right here.
A little teeny story about this one time when I was at boarding school. I went to a predominantly white school.
She's very private school.
And all of the black girls, all like 6 of us, sat at one table, and then all the rest of the white girls sat at all the rest of the tables. And we just naturally gravitated to to each other. Within 1 week, they had us all separated. They had like they had like one black, one here, one black, one black.
Made that.
It just made me because it was assigned seating.
Yeah.
Well, they all of a sudden it became assigned
blacks
seating,
joining together.
It just made me when you said when they just see us
when they see us, it's like a threat to them. We're not doing. We're just going.
Well, listen, we're gonna go to break. We're gonna come back.
Can I come back?
Come on, you here, man? Shit, we need you here. I
can do it the
listen,
fuck I want.
Power Pack show.
Fuck you. Sell ass bitches.
We got another guest.
Suck
That's
it.
right. Let him know.
Suck it right here.
I thought I had the brace for impact.
My balls in your mouth.
Shit.
We got hip hop royalty coming up next.
We do.
So y'all just hang on, stay tight. Yanadameen Godcast.
We'll
be back.
You fucking suck.
I thought I had the brace for impact with Jamar. Lord Jesus.
Suck this.
So what?
Don't forget.
I said I thought I had the brace for impact with
chin.
you. I think the stock has just raised. God damn. Shit.
I never got my presents.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
What's that?
Oh,
some stuff from.
Where are we still? We're not
week.
still filming.
So when is it okay to bring up people's products?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, and let me know. I don't know.
Next week. I'll get to you next week.
I don't know how you run
I'll
stuff.
get to you next
I'll
week.
figure it out.
Listen,
I wanted to
I don't
say,
know how you
we
run
got some stuff from Rain.
So you let me know.
I was gonna,
because the water thing, they will send you that.
You know,
I would love that.
But I bought you something.
I would love that.
Here's a shaving cream and
some
a shave
things, if we can try to get some, you
Matter
know
of
what I
fact,
mean?
put it in the behind the scenes.
But if you can get some
still got-
product,
because
they're like a small business.
I would take the water
thing. I think it's so more.
We'll throw it out
vital.
somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, something like that.
2
Yeah.
seconds. Real quick.
Are we gonna just inject this?
Okay. So while Jamar was away, we got these Rain's natural beauty products. Shouts out to them. And Jamar had actually left me a message like, yeah, I like smell good too.
I like to moisturize and shit.
I like feeling clean and moisturized.
Yeah.
So I felt bad, and I found 2 things out of the box that would work for Jamar. So here you go, my brother.
Wait, what is it?
We've got Rain's shaving cream and Rain's fierce beard.
Okay,
So,
like a beard balm.
yeah. So
All right.
I figured there would be no use for me.
It better not be.
So
Beard balm.
Better not need no beard balm.
I hope bestowed little so
Why, thank you, Digga, and thank you, people at Rain's Natural Beauty. We appreciate you.
Yay. You know what I mean, guy.
Ha
Oh yeah. So is that gonna go like in the middle of the
It's gonna go somewhere. You'll figure it out.
Gotcha.
Like fit it in there somewhere.
That could be some behind the scenes, maybe.
Yeah, just like use your discretion, like
Or maybe put it like right if you like to donate to the you know what I mean Godcast, and then I could just be like, oh, I got some beauty products for you, and then it'd be like, oh no, we are for our guests.